Okay, so here is what looks like maybe a little messier order of operations question, but the goal here is to go over how to solve this in a neat and organized way, because a lot of times kids rush and do things, trying to combine things together, trying to do things out of order, and it's a mess, and they forget things, ultimately ending up with the wrong answer. So I want you to follow along and see how I organize my solution and how I simplify everything one step at a time until I finally get the final answer. So here's the order of operations. So that means BEDMAS controls what I do. So I'm looking for brackets, no brackets, so don't have to worry about that. E for exponents. Yes, I do have exponents this time. Here we are. This is not 32. It is not 3 times 2. One of the biggest mistakes, and I say this over and over again, one of the biggest mistakes kids make is think that this exponent, 3 to the power of 2, means 3 times 2. It does not. 3 to the power of 2 is an exponent, so we'll take a look and do that first. What I want you to know is when we start writing our solution, anything that we're not currently doing, I want to rewrite it the way that it was already given to me. So the start of this expression, 65 plus 8 times 2, I'm not doing anything with that. So I'm just going to rewrite it just the way I see it because I haven't done anything with it yet. Okay. And now I'm going to take away whatever 3 squared is. Well, 3 squared means 3 times 3. So I multiply the 3 by itself twice. So that gives me 9. And I'm going to keep the subtract 20 because I didn't do anything with it either yet. So I've made the original expression just slightly simpler. There aren't fewer terms now, but I've done my exponent. 3 squared, that's 9. Okay, so now I focus on my new line here. Forget what I started with. I made it simpler, so now I go back and I look over the order of operations again. I have to start from the beginning. Are there any brackets here? No, there are no brackets. Are there any exponents? In the new simplified line, there are no exponents because I did this already. So, done. Is there any division? No. Is there any multiplication? Bingo, right there. So, I worked through until I found the next thing I have to do. So, I like to underline the part that I'm doing. It helps me identify what I'm supposed to do next and what to focus on. So, I'm going to keep the 65 plus. Now I'm going to do the multiplication because that's next in my order. 8 times 2, 16. And I'm going to keep this last bit. Minus 9 minus 20. So again, each time I'm making the expression a little bit simpler. Kids want to rush, kids want to race, and it always causes problems. They forget things, they leave things out. We need to show full solutions. So now I have a new line. It's like this is a brand new question. 65 plus 16 minus 9 minus 20. No brackets, no exponents, no division, no more multiplication because I did that already. So I have add and subtract. So again, I'm remembering I have adds and subtracts. The rule says whichever one comes first is what you do first when you're picking between add and subtract, because I already looked after these. So the first thing I come across is the addition. So now I'm going to go and do that. 65 plus 16. 65 and 10 is 75. Add 6 more. Should have 81. And again, I didn't do anything with minus 9 and minus 20. So I'm going to rewrite them just the way they were. The beauty of this is it just goes one step at a time, making the expression simpler. What I like to talk to kids about is the fact that every one of these lines is equal to every other one. The first line is equal to this one, the second line. but this second line has just been simplified because I did the exponent. The third line is equal to the second line, but I've simplified it because I did this multiplication. Same thing here. So every line is equal. A lot of the kids, and I'll show you an example in a video of how kids do some things that are mathematically incorrect. But I don't want to do that to mess up this video. Every single line in your order of operations solution should be equal to the one before it, just simplified by doing one of the operations. So here we go. Now we have two subtractions. So there are no more addition to look after, just two subtractions. So again, I go left to right. If there is more than one of the same operation, I do the first one that comes up. So 81, take away 9, that should be 72. There we go. Easy enough. And then I still keep this subtract 20 because I haven't done it yet. One line at a time. This is what drives kids nuts because they think it's tedious, takes a long time, but if you keep it organized and you keep it clean, one step at a time, you're not going to mess up. You're not going to forget things. Last thing I have to do, the final subtraction, 72 take away 20 should be 52. There you go. Took me a number of steps to get there, but following BEDMAS and doing one step at a time, organizing my solution, rewriting the things that I haven't done yet in the same order that they were given to me in the first place, make sure I'm not going to miss anything or I'm not going to mess up the order, and helps me keep a nice organized solution down until I have one final answer. So I should see your work the same way. Follow these steps one at a time. Even underline the operation that you're supposed to do at the particular time because it helps kids. It helps you keep it organized. So I hope to see everyone following this kind of a solution, one step at a time, following the order of operations. No problem. Easy stuff. Beauty.